we'll be having the starting point as well as the end point. From the starting point, we'll also be having the wall as well as the empty spaces. We have to move through the empty spaces and reach the destination. This is what the game is, right? So we'll be building this one with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So basically what I'll do, initially I'll just create HTML file. Just name this one index.html. Let me create the CSS file as well and just name this one style.css. Initially I'll just close this one. Initially what I'll do, let's create the very basic HTML template, right? Oh, let's wait for some time. Yeah. And I'll just change this title to maze game. Also, let me make use of the link tag. Basically, we are linking the style sheet as well as let me give the name and the path. So after this one, we'll start writing the HTML code. So initially what I'll do, I'll just take the div tag and I'll give the ID game container, right? So this is going to be the parent div. Also, I'll make use of the h1. So h1, within the h1, I'll just give the same that I have given for the title, right? So next, I'll just make use of the canvas tag and I'll give ID game canvas, right? So this is it for the canvas. Next, what I'll do, I'll just create one more div and give ID game-info. So within this div, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the paragraph tag. I'll just write use arrow keys to navigate the maze. Basically, we are making use of left, right, top and down arrow keys, right, to move the maze. So for that one, I'll just give use arrow keys to navigate the maze. Also, reach the green end point to win. So initial point will design it by the red color and the end point will give the green color. So this is it. This is it for the HTML. Basically, I'll just format the document once. Next, what we'll do, let's start writing the CSS, right? First, initially, I want to make use of the pop-ins font. So what I'll do, I'll just open the Chrome and search for pop-ins font. Click on the first one. Get font. Get embed code. Import. I'll just copy this one, right? Just copy this one and paste it over here. Next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the body and let me make use of the font family, right? I'll just come here again and just copy this part. So let me paste it over here. What we are doing, we are making use of the pop-ins as the initial font, and if something goes wrong, we'll be making use of sans serif. Next, let's start writing the styles. So margin, I'll give 0. Display flex. Justify content center. Also align item center. Height to 100 view height. Background color, I'll give 282C34, right? Also color, I'll give triple F. Next, let's style for the game container. So where is the game container? This one, right? ID of game container we have given. I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. Let me give text align center, background color of 444. Sorry, this is going to be padding of 20 pixel, border radius of 10 pixel, box shadow of, I'll just take 0, 0, 10 pixel. Also, I'll just consider RGB of 000 and 0.5, right? So this is it for the game container. Next, let's style for the game canvas, right? So I'll just come here. I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it over here. I'll just give border 2 pixel solid, 000, background color of white, margin top of 20 pixel. Next, let's style for the game info, right? I'll just come here and copy this one. Let me copy this one. But I'll just give game info. For this one, I'll just make use of the margin top 20 pixel and font size of 18 pixel. So this is it for the CSS. Let me format this one once. So what I've done is I have installed an extension called live server. So let's wait for some time. So this is the one. So whenever we make changes in the HTML, right? So the changes will directly get reflected in the browser. Instead of reloading the web page again and again, we can install this extension. So I'll just close this one. Let me right click and click on open with live server. So let's wait for some time. So initially this is looking like this. We'll design the, with the help of JavaScript, we'll be seeing the endpoint, starting point, as well as the wall, as well as the spaces, right? So these things we'll be doing with the help of JavaScript. So let me create JS file and I'll just place this one just below the closing of body tag, right? I'll just make use of script tag and src. I'll just give index.js. Let me format this document once. I'll just move this one right side. Let's start writing the JavaScript code, right? Initially what we'll do, we'll get the canvas element and its content. For that one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the variable canvas document get element by ID of game canvas, right? So where is game canvas coming from? This one. I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. Next, what I'll do, just make use of the variable name context. Just make use of canvas. Make use of the, get context we'll be making use of, right? So get context of, I'll give 2D. So next what we'll do, so we have to define the maze as an array of strings, right? Where 1 will represent the wall and 0 will represent the empty spaces. I just have this one. I'll just copy paste the same thing. So I have given the GitHub link in the description. You can get it from there itself. So next what we'll do, we'll define the player object with its initial position and color, also the endpoint, right? So what we'll do, we'll define the player object with initial and the endpoint object also, and its position and the color, right? Basically, I'll just comment this one. Let's define the player object with its initial position and color. For this one, I'll just make use of the variable name player and I'll give x1, y also initially 1, color will be making use of red. So I'll give FF0000, right? So I'll just comment this one and write red color for the reference, right? Next, the same thing for the endpoint we have to do. I'll just copy this one, paste it over here. I find the here it will be endpoint object with its position and color, right? So I'll be making use of the variable name endpoint. So let me give 23 and y as 7. So color for the endpoint I'll make use of green, right? For that one I'll give 00FF00. Just comment this one and write. So here I'll just give green color, right? So next step what we'll be doing, we'll define the size of each cell in the maze. I'll just make use of the variable name cell size and I'll set it to 20. Next, let's set the canvas size based on the maze dimension and cell size. For that one, I'll make use of canvas dot width. Just set this one to maze of, within the array we'll give 0. We'll make use of length into cell size. Basically length of the maze into cell size, right? So next, we'll also set the height, right? For that one, I'll just make use of the canvas.height and just copy the same thing. Let me copy this one, paste it over here. This will be maze.length. So next, this is it. Next, we'll write the function to draw the maze on the canvas, basically. So for that one, so let me comment this one and write function to draw the maze on the canvas. I'll just make use of the function name draw maze. Let me make use of the for loop. I'll keep let y equals 0, y less than length of the maze. So increment the y. Next, let's go for the x, right? Horizontal one. I'll just give x equals 0, x less than maze of length, also increment the x. Next step, we have to fill the cell with black color for walls and white color for the empty spaces. So basically for that one, I'll just make use of the context dot fill style maze x. If this is 1, we'll set the color to black, basically. Or if it is false, then we'll set the color to white. Next, I'll just 1 second again and make use of the context fill rectangle, basically, into cell size y into cell size again we'll be considering the cell side, right? So for now, this is it. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to draw the player on the canvas. So basically, what we're doing, this is the function to draw the player on the canvas. Let me make use of, sorry, give me a second. Where I missed something. Yeah, we'll continue. So I'll just make use of the function name draw player context dot fill style player dot color. So basically what we are doing is we are setting the player color, right? I'll just write this one, set the player color. Next what we'll do, I'll just make use of context dot fill rect. Inside this one, I'll just be considering player dot x into cell size. Sorry. Again, let me give player dot y into cell size. Also, cell size, again, we'll be getting the cell size. So, what we are doing here, basically, we are drawing the player as a rectangle, right? I'll just comment and write the same thing. Draw the player as a rectangle. That's what we are doing, basically. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to draw the endpoint on the canvas. Endpoint is nothing but the red color. So, what I'll do, I'll just comment this one and write function to draw the endpoint on the canvas. And just make use of the points. Drawn endpoint. Next, again, I'll just copy the same thing here. These things, whatever the changes that we require, I'll just change this one. So initially, it will be context dot of fill style equals player dot color we have given. This one would be, endpoint dot color. Basically, we are setting the endpoint color, right? So next, context dot fill type. This will be instead of player endpoint. Here also, instead of player, it will be endpoint. These are all the changes. Basically, what we are doing. Next, here, did I miss anything? Give me a second. There need to be one more, this one, right? So somewhere I missed something. This one have to close the parenthesis, right? So yeah, here, let me comment this one and write, draw the endpoint as a rectangle. Basically, we are drawing, here we have drew the player as a rectangle. Initially, that would be green color. And here we drew the endpoint as a rectangle. This would be green color, basically. Green color. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to clear the canvas. Function to clear the canvas. Just make use of the const. clear canvas, and here I'll just make use of context. Clear 0, and I'll just make use of canvas width, also height of the canvas, right? Canvas height. So basically this is it for the function to clear the canvas, right? Next, what we'll be doing, we'll be writing the function to draw everything on the canvas basically. So let me comment this one and write function to draw everything on the canvas. I'll just make use of the variable, function name draw. I'll just give clear canvas. Also, I'll call draw maze function. Let me call the draw player. Also, draw endpoint function. So basically, I'll just comment this one and write here, this is to clear the canvas first. Also, this one to draw the maze. This one to draw the player. And the final one to draw the endpoint. So this is it till now. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to move the player. We have to move the player, right? Move the player and reach the destination basically. So for that one, we'll be writing the function. So what I'll do, I'll just comment this one and write function to move the player. Just make use of the const move player. Just make use of the variable name ux player.x plus dx. So what is this basically? We are calculating the new x position. I'll just comment this one and write calculate the new x position. Also, let me copy this one again and I'll give, here instead of x it will be y, here as well. So this is not the DOM exception basically. So this will be dx. Also this will be dy. So here calculate the new y position. Next we'll check if the new position is not null basically. For that one I'll just make use of the if condition maze of new x, and also this would be new y basically, like new y and x within the array. We are checking if it is not null. So I'll just give 0. We'll update the player's x position initially. For that one, I'll just take player dot x equals and just set this one to new x. Also player dot y, I'll just set this one to new y. So what we have done, we have updated the player's x position as well as the y position. So next what I'll do, next let's check 1 second if the player reach the endpoint or not. For that one, again, I'll just make use of the if condition. Player equals, this has to be endpoint dot x, also and then player y, right? We'll be checking endpoint dot y. So if we have reached the endpoint, so what will give? I'll just give an alert. Congratulations, you have completed the maze. So next, what we'll do, we have to reset after winning, we have to reset the player's X position as well as the Y position, right? For that one, I'll be making use of player.x equals initial position, I'll give 1. Also, player.y, I'll just set this one to 1 as well. We have reset the player's X as well as the Y position. Next, we have to redraw everything, right? So for that one, I'll just call the draw function here. Finally, redraw everything after moving the player. So for that one, I'll just make use of redraw. Let me format the document once. So yeah, we have written the function to move the player, right? So finally, what we'll do, we'll add the event listener to handle the key presses for the moving player. Nothing but we are adding the event listener for up arrow key, down, as well as the left and the right arrow keys. For that one, what I'll do, I'll just comment this one and write for the reference, event listener to handle key presses for moving the player. I'll just make use of document dot get. You're adding the event listener, right? Add event listener. First one, we'll take key down, call the function and pass the event inside. So within this one, I'll just make use of console log and just give, just for the reference, I'll just give key pressed. Let me give event dot key, right? Give me a second. With this one, I'll just make use of the template literals, right? Within this one, I'll just delete this one. Yeah. So this is just the log for the key pressed for debugging purpose. That's it. So I'll just, what I'll do next, I'll make use of switch. Let me give event dot key. So here, let me make use of the case and just give arrow. For this one, I'll just give move player 0 -1. We are with the help of this up arrow key, we are moving the player up, right? Basically. So that's what we are doing. I'll just comment this one, right? Move the player. So after this one, I'll just give break. So I'll copy this itself from the case to break. I'll just paste this one thrice, right? So here it will be, give me a second. This one will be arrow down, move player off, instead of -1, this will be 0 1. Here it will be down and break. So here we are making use of this will be arrow left, and here this will be -1 and 0. Move the player left. We are moving the player left side, right? Next, this will be arrow right, move player of 1 and 0 basically. This, and change this one to 1. This will be 0. We are moving the player right. So basically we are making use of break again and just format the document once. So this is it. Finally, what we'll do, we'll make use of the draw function, right? That is nothing further. So initial draw to display the maze, player as well as the endpoint. For this purpose, I'll just call the draw function. Nothing but, and just comment this one and write initial draw to display a maze, player and endpoint. Just let me format this document once. So this is it for the JavaScript. Let's check. So basically this is the start point. Start point, it is of the red color. This is right, but here we have to get the right, green color, right? We are getting wrong. Let's check with also this is not moving left or right, right? So let's check what we have done wrong. So what are all the things that I have done wrong is, let's go to line number 28, right? Here I have missed hash basically. This is one thing. Let's come to line number 47. Here, draw player, I'll just keep the camel case, right? This will be, P will be caps. Also, let's come to line number 69. Here also, C will be capital. Clear canvas. So let's come to line number 82. Here I have missed the parameters, basically dx and dy, right? So let me format this once. Let's check again now. So here somewhere I have done wrong again, right? So let's check again. So this is not getting displayed at all, right? So yeah, here also we have to change and just give the capital C here. Also capital P here. I'll just format the document again. Let me check. Yeah, now this is the player at the starting point is given red, and the ending point, this one is given in the, this one is given green basically. So we are able to move up, right, left as well as down, right? So everything is working properly. Let's move here. So yeah, after we touch the green point, ending point, we are getting an alert of congratulations, you have completed the maze. So everything is working properly. Also, after I press OK, everything is at the initial point, right? So again, we can play the game. So this is it. Everything is working properly. Also, you can improve the design as well as you can give the levels, and you can improve the game functionality as well, right? So there is always a chance for improvement. This is it. Apart from that one, everything is working properly. This is it. Thanks for watching, guys.